Hello and welcome back to episode 6 of the lockdown. No, I was just about to do it again. Lockdown challenge. It's not. It's stopping the rot with Liverpool. And it just occurred to me that I think I said lockdown challenge at the start of last episode. I might be wrong, but I haven't edited the video yet, or had a look, or had played it back or anything. It just occurred to me that I might have just gone into autopilot and done that in my groggy, cold, head-filled state. We are back with episode 6 of the Stopping the Rot Challenge with Liverpool. If you are new around here, smash the like button down below. No, smash the subscription button down below if you're new, and if you enjoy the content, then hit the like button. Or not, it's up to you. Do what you got to do. No dislike button, no, I don't think it exists anymore. So, or if it does, we don't see the stats for it, so crack on. Well, it doesn't show anyway. But if you have got any dislikes or anything about it, some constructive criticism, feedback, it's all good. Pop those in the comments. I do reply. The comments have been a bit dry lately, so yeah, happy to see those come back. Let's jump in. So in between, Carlo Ancelotti was sacked as manager of Parma, and there was a manager of the month, which I can't remember how you get to. Monthly awards, there we go. So if we go to the English League, we got it. We create a Ferguson Kiota gaming sandwich there, and obviously Dalglish at the start grabbing it. Not anymore. Borough looked like they might be having a good season. He's had a couple at the start, sort of towards the start and now towards the end. So we could be seeing that. Man City got it last month. So how are we got them obviously in the cup today. So they're fourth. Sunderland, Borough, Forest, Man City, Sheffield. Quite a good mix of sort of current, past and present Premier League teams in there. The only ones I sort of recognise that haven't been are Bury, I guess. I think they're the only ones in that top 12 that haven't been in the Premier League at some point. Obviously not in this time, because I don't think West Brom had yet or Birmingham had yet. It's probably about it, isn't it? Yeah. Borough doing well. Borough's a very fun save to do. Don't they have Paul Merson normally? Yeah, there he is. Magic Man Paul Merson. Going to see him soon. Probably already had by the time this video comes out, because it's only about a fortnight away. But yeah, we're going to jump in. We've got the FA Cup, we've got Man City, and I think we've got Arsenal. And then possibly, if we've got time, I think there's a Wimbledon game as well. We'll see how we're going for time. Looking at it already, probably not. Heidenstrom's back from suspension, but he's not going to feature. Redknapp's unhappy because he wants regular football, but I'll be honest, he's not displacing Gerrard anytime soon. In all honesty, we've got the FA Cup, so do we rotate? We're going to put Friedel in because we can. We are going to rotate a little bit. So Kieran Dyer's going to go at left back. McAteer's going to go out for Rob Jones at right back, and then Matteo for John O'Connor, and Mark Wright in for Page, and we'll switch those two round. Paul Ince going to make way for McDonald. We're going to put Redknapp in. If we go to the FA Cup, it's not great, but I can live with it to a degree. Leon Harton's going to stay in. Yeah, he's going to stay in. Now, Danny Murphy might come in for Biscord, maybe. Riedler for Owen. For Fowler. Owen for Dundee. And let's just jump in. They are doing good in the Division 1, so they are to be respected, but I think we should just, even with this team out, we should have more than enough to put them to the sword, really. It's just whether Friedel can keep him out. That's the other end. He's not been the best. He has just had his work permit renewed. I think I mentioned in the last episode, for another year, but we are trying to move him on. We don't want that goalkeeper spot being taken up by a foreign player, especially if he's one that isn't going to be number one. If he was number one, it wouldn't be an issue, but David James is very much number one at the moment. Probably a position I'll be looking to strengthen next season regardless. I haven't decided who with yet. We'll probably have to get rid of the third choice one as well, because he's unhappy. He's not playing every game, and he's never going to play every game. So I don't want him bringing the morale of the whole squad down or whatever. So he'll be on his way. Phil Sharnock playing for Man City. Obviously, I think we sold him or released him, one of the two. But he's in their ranks now. But we've seen a few chances, more so for us than them, but no sort of clear-cut openings. I'd rather not go to a replay, in all honesty. If we can just grab one. There we go. Sean Dundee back in the team. Started the season playing, got injured, never quite worked his way back in. Riedler and Owen have just made it very much their own. Leon Harton Dundee, he had another chance to maybe try and get the bench spot from Fowler, because Fowler's not impressed me in the slightest, in all honesty. As he grabs a goal in 88 minutes, he heard me talking about him on the bench. Goes up and grabs a goal. And 88 minutes, that's 2-0. Makes it maybe look a bit more safer and secure than it actually was. It was a tougher game than that, perhaps. But you can't say we didn't deserve the result there. But that whizzed through pretty quickly. So onwards and upwards, we'll be back in a moment to go to the Arsenal game. We'll actually have a quick look, see if we get the draw, because all the other games were played yesterday. So we're going to... Man United. 2 Man United clubs in a row, and Man United in 2 cups practically in a row, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're away at Old Trafford. Brilliant. Brilliant. Hopefully they can grab a few more injuries along the way. It might weaken them down a little bit, but that's not good. Sevilla have sacked their manager, Julian Rubio. No idea who he is. But we're going to come back for that Arsenal game. See you shortly. Okay, here we are. We're back. Game day. 1st versus 4th. Arsenal. While Man United take on bottom place Coventry. So very much against us. We've got the team lineup back is. Bjornby wants to leave because he's not happy. Redknapp seems to be happy after playing 1 game. McManaman's still not quite back from injury yet. Berger's going to be a few weeks back. And Kavame, we will probably... 11 months now. It has dropped. It was 15. It's gone down to 11 in the space of about a week. So I don't know whether he's getting the old... was it sheep's placenta, whatever it was that Robin van Persie had rubbed on his ankle to improve it, but it seems to be working. What it is, it's working for Kavame. So we'll probably be seeing him about about January 1999 we'll be seeing him again, I guess, as now Biscord picks up an injury. So Danny Murphy is going to have to come into the lineup early on, which isn't great, especially in such a big, important, tough game. To lose Biscord, we're losing a lot of attacking midfielders. Maybe that Denilson transfer is one we do have to go back and sort of reignite. But obviously we're going to have Berger and Denilson sort of battling out for a foreign spot, really. So they're both attacking midfielder left. So they could just both play next to each other. But then McManaman's very good. So yeah, if I can get an attacking midfielder who maybe hasn't got a foreign spot, that would be the ideal. Obviously we could go Bakayoko, similar, but we're left with the same predicament. We've got another foreign spot being taken up, which we can't guarantee we're going to be able to fulfil sort of game time, on a regular to keep up their work permit. And is it the Department of Employment, I think they call it on here at the end. But Christopher Ray's playing up front for Arsenal, so I can only assume Ian Wright or Bergkamp's not injured because he just had a shot. So I can only assume Ian Wright's... But I saw Ian Wright then. Are they playing 4-3-3? Or have they got Bergkamp maybe behind the front 2? We'll have a look at the end of the game, see what sort of lineup they're playing. But Christopher Ray playing, that's... brave. I mean, I quite like Christopher Ray back in that 97-98 season. He got some important goals when it needed, but he wasn't good enough. I mean, he wouldn't get in an Arsenal team or any team in the Premier League now. I think he went to West Ham or someone, I think it was West Ham. Didn't really work out. He wasn't good enough. He was just getting a bit good in, with a good team behind him. But if a 1-0 win would be good. 2-0 would have been better, but David Seaman grabbed a man of the match. And it looks like they probably were. I mean, yeah, we battered them. We should be more than 1-0 in that game, but it's a tough back. It's still the old back 4 there of Arsenal. I'm assuming it's still Winterburn, Dixon, Adams, and Bold or Kiota, I'm guessing. Let's have a look at what they were doing. So I'm just intrigued to see what they were playing. Were they playing 4-3-3? Was Wenger dropping the old 4-3-3 about 10 years before its time? Possibly. Let's have a look. Let's see. There we go. 4-4-2. No, Bergkamp playing centre midfield. That's very strange. Vanata playing right wing. Petit, I mean, he's a defender midfielder left on this. That's strange. Bit weird anyway. Winterburn, Adams, Bold, Dixon, Seaman. Yes, the back 5 there, absolutely brilliant. Let's see who else. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to have time for the Wimbledon game. A couple of weeks for Biscord, not great. So Stoke just sacked. I can't remember his name. Neville Southall, player manager, I think. Trevor Francis goes in. I'm assuming Birmingham have sacked their manager at some point. But yeah, back shortly for the Wimbledon game. Okay, we're at game day. A few more managerial changes. Roy Evans took over that Sevilla job we saw go. There's a few other moves. Didn't really know too many of them, really. And Zaccaroni took the Parma job. I think we saw that, maybe. I'm not sure. Udinese's free. They might now have hired someone. They did. I assume it's Atalanta's manager. I'm not too sure. But we've also had... Macy Milan had a shock loss to Lecce in the league, so not good for them. But we've had a bit more of a shitter in the injury department. So Matteo's out for a couple of weeks. And McManaman, having just come back from injury, is out for another 3 months. Great. So Danny Murphy's going to have to come in for now. We might actually have to recall David Thompson. We can recall him. We might look and see who we can bring in. Because I think David Thompson... I don't think he's good enough. Certainly not yet. So we're going to put John O'Connor in. Switch in with Robert Page. I think that should work. Yep. That isn't too bad of a change. We might have to look at some point bringing another defender as well. But we'll 17th place Wimbledon. We should hopefully have enough today. We'll bring Redknapp onto the bench. He can probably slot in behind if we need to in the attacking midfield role if we really have to. But we go 1-0 up, 3 minutes. Not too bad. We're not showing too many bad signs so far. Is that Mark Crossley in goal for Wimbledon? Signed in from Palace. Danny Murphy does the job, which means he'll probably get in a 6-month injury about now. Kind of expecting to see it. And just a little side note, I have already started work on my next series, just in case this one maybe doesn't have the legs or quite the same length of challenge in it. But it's basically requiring me to go really heavily into the editor. So I'm excited for that. I'm doing the work on it. Sometimes a lot of the game's fun. Doing the editor maybe not always so much, but the planning of it and what I'm working on and putting this team together and stuff like that, it gets the old creative juices going. It's a lot of fun. It's like the old days when you used to, do your old dream team and, you didn't really worry about the money. You just put the best players in the positions and stuff like that. I mean, my FPL is absolutely shocking. I might actually start doing a poor man's guide to FPL soon because I seem to have a good week and then I undo the good work. My mate's league, I was absolutely pissing it till about Christmas. And then around Christmas, I think I missed a couple of weeks. My team got a bit crap, where I wasn't changing things. And my mate has won it for years. We know he's getting help online or paying for help online. There's only 2 of us in this year. It's whittled down. You see less and less people doing it every year. But there was about 7 or 8 at one point, maybe more, probably more. I always win the World Cup and the Euros ones, but he always seems to win the Premier League ones. And so I'm obviously the international manager, not the league manager. But yeah, and he's just flown back and he's now over 100 points ahead of me again. I just don't. Yeah, I don't even know. My moves, when I make them in my mind, are like, that should be good. But I always seem to get a bit unlucky with a lot of them. I'm like, right, well, I'm going to take him out. I've had Ronaldo in my team for weeks recently. Did nothing. Took him out, scores a hat trick the other day? Great. Thanks Ronaldo. Don't want you doing anything. But when I needed you to, you weren't. And now I've taken you out, you've done it anyway. So, but Wimbledon are coming back into this game. Chris Perry and John Goodman, I assume that is, with the goals to make it 3-2. A little bit worrying. Obviously, flashbacks to 1988 FA Cup final there, Liverpool versus Everton. Riedler had a stinker. I should have maybe looked at taking him off. And we did the job. Really very close game. A draw probably would have been fair result there. I think the loss is a bit harsh on Wimbledon maybe. Obviously, we roared into a 3-goal lead. Or 3-1 lead. I think it was 3-0 lead. I think it was. And then they just mounted this comeback, but not quite enough to get back into the game. And I assume that was Mark Crossley they signed from Nottingham Forest. I think Forest are in the division below, so it not entirely surprising. Let's have a look. They have, and he's their star player. I mean, they've got Neil Sullivan. He's a decent goalkeeper back in those days. And I used to know where he used to live in Wimbledon because my bike route to school was like around there. And I mean, I say I knew where he lived. I was told that's where he lived by my mate who was a Wimbledon season ticket holder. He apparently knew he lived there and had seen him there. Wasn't really a house becoming of a footballer, but maybe it was of a Wimbledon footballer. But it was in central Wimbledon. I don't know if he's there anymore. Probably not. He went to Tottenham, didn't he? And probably a few others. 300k he cost. And was that his first game? No, it's not. But he's got an 8 overall in the 2 games he's played for Wimbledon. Okay. Sullivan's not doing quite so well, to be fair. But maybe there's a bit of an upturn in their season if they do get him in and keep a few clean sheets or a bit more defensive stability. But let's have a look at where we're going to come back for next episode. We are, we're in January, so we want a February good game. We're not going to do the Man United game again because we're probably going to play about 8 times this season by the looks of it. We want to come back, Leicester, Derby, Bolton, West Ham. Yeah, there's not much there. It's slim pickings, isn't it, really? We might skip out February. And if there's anything else in January, not really. We might skip out February and come back for the Ajax game, maybe. I'm not too sure. Leicester, Barnsley, Derby, Bolton. I think we've done Barnsley already. Leicester are there. Derby, Bolton. Yeah, it's kind of Barnsley. Where are they now? They're 7th. So they're still overachieving. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll have a think about it. I'll see how far I can play along and get to. But I'll figure it out. Maybe another cup game or something will appear in there and make it a bit more interesting if we do manage to get past Man United in the FA Cup. Unlikely, I know, but you never know. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please smash that like button down below. If you are new around the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And until next time for episode 7, I believe, yep, wherever that may be, wherever we were taking on, hopefully winning a few games more again. I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.